We have got Debbie Shroeder with us. She is the founder and director of God's Warehouse. They are a registered NPO based in Pietermaritzburg. They support widowed, singled, and divorced moms. And I just want to remind you that this is not like, oh, shame, the poorest of the poor. These are women living in your street. These are women whose children are going to the same expensive schools as your children go to. Because I think we definitely still have this idea that it's the under a certain line that people deal with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was saying to the team, Debbie, it was when I came and did a talk with you guys, that there was a woman there who did a talk. And I remember the kids went to the private school, and I said, you would never think that this woman was going on her skiing trip with a broken rib, you know? Like, just really opens your eyes. And more than that, women are embarrassed.
That's it. There's a stigma attached.
There's a massive stigma attached. We're embarrassed to say things are not going okay. And then, of course, and this is, please note, this is not about to be a man-bashing session by any means. No. So I just want you to understand that this is not, we're not going to be like, men. No. This is
not
just
a man-bashing session, because real men don't beat women and abuse women.
There we go. Very well said.
Well, let's to all the real men out there.
Well, exactly. Thank you. And a shout out to those men.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the women that are dealing with situations where the man's like, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. And they do.
And he does it again.
Of course. Yeah. So, Debbie, before we get into what God's Warehouse does and how they work and how you can get hold of you if you need help or you want to help.
Yes.
How did God's Warehouse come about? Because this is something that this has to really be an act of love. Yeah. You're not getting massive funding.
No, not
or
at
any
all.
funding.
No.
The government doesn't support you. And most women don't want to come out and say that they've been helped by you because, again, there's a bit of shame, a bit of embarrassment.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone is saying, thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you, God's Warehouse, for what you did for me and my family. So tell me about the journey that got you to start God's Warehouse.
Okay. I went to bed one night on the 16th of July, 2011, and I was working for an organization that does amazing work, but spiritually I just didn't connect with them. And so I went to bed and said to God, I need you to tell me what to do, but as Debbie Shroeder does, in an audible voice. And at 1:00 in the morning, God woke me up and said, Debbie. So I rolled over and asked my husband,
No, like you'd actually heard.
So God actually speaks to me in an audible voice.
Wow.
And so if you ever see me talking in the shopping center, me and God, we're having a conversation.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, so he woke me up. I turned over to my husband and said yes, and he said, carried on snoring. So I went back to sleep, and Debbie, and I sat straight up in bed. I knew it was God. And
goosebumps, sure.
It was amazing. Took my Bible and went and sat in the lounge and had a 2-hour conversation with God, like we talking. And he told me to resign from my job and feed women and children.
Sure.
And I had every reason why not to, going through the Bible and, I'm not Moses, I can't do that. I'm not Noah, not building an ark.
Yeah.
And the next day I resigned from my job.
The following day?
The following day.
Your husband must have been like, what man is this?
No. Yeah. he was. He said to me, when he woke up at 5, I said, you won't believe what happened. And he loves me. He has to. Yeah. We've been together for 40 years. And I said, no, God woke me up and told me to feed women and children. And I remember him sitting on the end of the bed, holding his head and saying, okay, just tell him that you buy the food, you pay the car, you pay the domestic worker, you see to our son all his extras.
Can we have a copy of your card, please, God?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll add it to my Samsung Pay.
And it'll be 15 years in July. We've never gone without a thing. Never, ever, ever. God has faithfully just provided.
But you have believed.
I have believed, and I still believe. And things happen. I'll ask for something. So I ask for an eagle. And in that September of 2011, I'd gone down to the south coast and
Okay, hold on, just to pause.
Okay.
Are we talking like? I'm not sure if this is the word for something else. Like, oh, I'm asking for a big miracle that is an eagle, or did you legit was like, I would like an eagle,
I would like 7 eagles.
like as in a sign. You want the sign of 7 eagles? Okay,
7 eagles.
It's like okay.
So
okay,
driving on the Eastern Road, I was like, okay, no, got to 6. This is too easy.
No what?
Yeah.
So you spotted 6?
6 eagles, not
What?
yellow black kites, eagles. And I said, I want to see an eagle on the beach. Like, have you ever seen an eagle
Absolutely
on Margate
not.
Beach?
No.
We stayed in this timeshare, came out drinking coffee. I was with my mother and my aunt, and this eagle flew down. Well, I nearly choked on my coffee, and my mum's like, that's unusual.
Oh my gosh.
And I knew it was a sign from God. And he's amazing. If you just ask and you just believe,
Yeah.
he will give you what you need.
Exceedingly abundantly above all you can ever ask a thing.
Amen,
Yeah.
sister. Yeah. And he's just been phenomenal in my life. There's so many little miracles. And there's been so many women that we've helped that God gives you discernment. And some women, like, are forgotten because there's been so many.
Do you know the number?
It's over 500. And so one thing I decided was I won't be employing anyone because that money I can use to feed people. So I work alone. It's so rewarding and such an amazing blessing that, I deliver what we call a love box.
Yes. Tell us
Okay.
about the love boxes, please.
A love box is a box of non-perishable foods that we give to mums because they all have their own home or flat or live somewhere, share somewhere with a person. But we need to give with dignity. We need to learn to, not take photos of people. So I've never taken photos of, you'll
Someone
never
you
know
help,
who
yeah.
I help.
Good.
I could be helping
Yeah.
you or you.
Yes.
Susan, I could be helping Susan.
Susan. Oh, Susan.
But I never tell anyone who I help. And so the love box is stuff that I would eat. So often we we can give this to the poor. They've lost everything.
And now you give them something rubbish
Yeah.
that you wouldn't actually want.
Why would you take away their dignity?
Exactly.
So what is in a love box? It's like,
Simple things like we eat all gold tomato sauce. So I give all gold tomato sauce.
I see what you mean. You don't just go for the cheapest
No.
version of everything.
No. You got to give what you eating, because you want to love those children. You want to love that mum back to wholeness again so she can help her children. And that's what we do.
And beside the perishable food, sorry, I'm just intrigued in this love box because I feel like this is obviously somewhere maybe that someone watching or listening
Can
could help
help,
or get involved. Almost like, the Santa shoebox kind of situation. So the non-perishables, the things that you love, maybe some rusks or coffees and whatever else. And then do you have is there any like products, deodorants or lipsticks or?
deodorants, soap. So basically everything you would use in your household.
In a normal day?
That mum would use, She needs deodorant. She needs sanitary wear.
Yeah.
The girls growing up need to know, okay, they can get pads or tampons or have soap to wash, washing powder.
Yeah, a loo paper even.
Yeah.
Washing
Things that,
powder.
okay, we're feeding them. Yeah, but they need to wash their clothes because they need to go
Maybe
to
even like a
school.
nice panty or something, you
Yeah.
know? Yo.
It's just, and when we give, so going back to the love box, I pack the love boxes and I pray, okay, Lord, what does Susan need today?
Yeah.
And there
And
was
then you just like hear what you feel like needs to go into this one specifically.
so I had a mum that needed, well, I didn't know she needed, and God said to me, give her an extra mayonnaise. I'm like, 2 mayonnaise? Like, really?
That's so random.
Give her a tin of peas. I'm like, okay. And extra pasta and extra tuna. I'm like, oh, there's other people on the list. But okay. And she came and fetched her love box, and she phoned me. She said, "How did you know?" And I said, "How did I know what?" So her son had been chosen for the first team rugby. So it's people that we know.
Yes.
I've got goosebumps,
Yeah.
man.
And her son had been selected for the first team rugby, and she got a letter from the school. She needs to make a tuna pasta salad.
Stop it!
I promise you.
Stop it!
What?
God is just, yeah. And we all have to tune into what he's saying and telling us
So,
what
you know,
to do.
and I just want to put this out because I know that when I grew up, I was stuffed into a church that didn't necessarily make me love the idea of a God. And then as I got older, I reconnected with what I call my higher self or spirit. So I just want to say for anyone who's listening, please don't be put off by thinking that if you're a Christian only, you can. We all have this access to this higher self and the spirit and or God or whatever the word is that makes you feel. Because you've all had that moment where you go, I just happened to go this way and I was on that road and I happened to see Tando who'd just broken down. Like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
We all have that connection. And please, I just don't want you to be put off like teenage me was put off by certain terminology.
Yeah.
So, you know, every time Deb says God, she's talking to something that you also have access to.
Yes.
That knowing that for some reason just knows, pack some pasta, pack an extra mayo,
Yeah.
pack an extra tuna.
Like weird, I promise you, and when I tell people, my son used to help me, he's in Pretoria, well, Joburg now, and I have an office, I share an office at Abbey International, and Nobby came in and he said, "Let's pray," and he turned to my son and he said, "What's God telling you?" And my son said, "No, someone's going to bring oil and baked beans." So we prayed. We left, we got in the car to go and deliver stuff, and Nobby phoned. He said, "You won't believe, a man's just walked in with 2 cases of oil
Oh my gosh.
and 4 cases of baked beans."
Goosebumps.
So we have to tap in to what God is giving us.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't just...
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, you know what, and I want to get into how we can actually help because the time is running, but
sorry.
you think, no, not sorry, think about it like Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi all around us. You just need the code.
That's
and
it.
for some people, it's meditating. For some, it's praying. For some, it's journaling. For some, it's reading the Bible or whatever book it is. And that's how we get that password because the Wi-Fi's there. And that Wi-Fi is giving you the information you need.
That's it, yeah.
So now, if someone is in a situation, like how do you know if you are eligible to get help from God's Warehouse? Do I have to be in an abused relationship? Do I have to just be struggling? I mean, but now you've got every single mother in this world
Yeah,
who's
everyone's
somehow
struggling, yeah.
And a lot of very single moms. So what is the criteria for a woman, and it's just women we help,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
What is the criteria for a woman to be able to reach out to and receive help from God's Warehouse?
Okay, so we have an application form, and a lot of people, when you send, this week I sent out 3 application forms. I haven't got one back because people don't want to fill in their details. It's only me
Sorry, man.
and one member of our board that knows who we're helping. And it used to only be me, but then you go to a place where you don't, somebody needs to know where you are. Someone always needs to know where you are. So, yeah, we just want to know a brief history. How can we help? Do your kids need psychological help? What sport do they play? Rugby. Okay, let me get them a pair of boots.
Okay.
What are they allergic to? Peanut butter. My son's allergic to peanut butter.
So you don't want to put peanut butter in the love box?
Yeah. Because when you're out at work, little Mary's going to open it, you know,
Yeah.
and, oh, this looks good, and not know that she's allergic to peanut butter.
And from the situation, because this is a story that really stood out for me, and I hope that I got the story right, is that when I met you that first time, there was some story about you going to the office, I think, of the man who had been, dare I say, accused of the GBV.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you had photos or something. In essence, I don't want to say you blackmailed him, but you were like, we know what's happening.
Yeah.
And while this was going on, someone was with said Susan packing her up or getting her out of the house. Did I make that story up? Or is
No.
that okay? And is that something that you do?
That's something that I do. Again, you have to use discernment.
Yeah,
Okay. It was
okay.
someone that was in a professional career.
environment, yeah.
we often think it's the people on the street or the poor people.
Or the guy sitting at the bar, and but it's actually principals and CEOs and
lawyers, doctors.
Are we speaking of the men or the women? Both.
The men.
I guess.
Yeah, well, both. But people that you would never think abuse anyone. You know, a lady that I knew that was abused, and she said to me, Debbie, when you drive past our house and the curtains are closed, no one knows what's going on in there. No one. And so what we did was this woman phoned me and said, please come. I'd gone. She was it was horrific. So I said, okay, let's take photos. Took photos, packed her bags. I appealed on Facebook, we need money to move her. I'd worked out to the cent what we needed, toll gates, and she moved to another province. And
sure, huh?
I went back, left a letter for him with the photos and said, I'll be in your office on Wednesday. And I took everything that I had, went to his office on Wednesday, happened to know someone else that worked there.
Wow.
So we were chatting when he came out of his office, and then he realized that I knew. And he said, are there any more copies of this? I said, yeah, there are. I said, what I need, it was really, I don't know, stupid, brave. I need you to transfer R1 million and sign the divorce decree. And this is what you'll do. And he was an advocate, or he still is an advocate.
Ooh.
So we don't think those people.
Yes.
We don't think. And I waited. He transferred the money, went to the courts, got the divorce, went through, and then she got on a plane and left the country.
Wow.
So, sometimes it is stupid, and my son has renamed himself on my phone as the voice of reason, because I need that.
Yeah.
And I have a very good friend who's also the voice of reason. But abuse is a horrible thing. And Lisa and I were talking this morning how we were raised. You don't talk about what goes on at home.
Yes, no, 100%.
Yeah.
You don't hang out your dirty laundry.
No.
Nope.
You don't, sorry, Susan.
Yeah, Susan, sorry, man.
Susan's dad's beating her mum, and you're like, okay, you don't say anything. You don't even go home and tell your mum that, you were at Susan's house and, because we've been raised. And I want to say to women out there, tell people, reach out to your family, because men alienate you. And you won't speak to your family. And then we think, no, it's us. It's not the children. It's not the abuser, because he brainwashes you. You're useless.
Well, so listen, I need to pause for a second. I'm going to run to news and traffic. Just have a quick break. We are live on TikTok as well. I don't want to end this. Do you have a few minutes with us, please?
Yeah, we got time.
Because the reason I'm actually, I have Debbie here is because someone in my own circle is dealing with a situation that I got hold of Debbie to be like, we don't know what to do. And I'm saying but again, it's not, you don't expect, and exactly what you're saying. The man takes you away from your family, takes you away from your friends. They're watching your phone. They're tracking your car.
Yeah.
And, it starts off as a life 360 because we care where you are to why were you there?
Yes.
Who were you seeing?
Why did you speak to the cashier so long?
Exactly. It's 8:30. We'll do news and a quick traffic if we've got it, and then we'll be back with Debbie from God's Warehouse.
This is Plays NN News.
Sorry.
No, not sorry. Never sorry.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines this Thursday morning, the 7th of May. Parliament calls for inquiry into gang violence.
Sure.
BOSA leader Musi Maimani urges MPs not to fail South Africans. Vuzumuzi Kat Maklala returns to court over alleged assassination plot.
We won't go to a song.
Severe weather continues across parts of South Africa. Consumers urged to build emergency savings fund. And in international news, Israel launches a strike targeting Hezbollah
Thanks
commander.
for the repost, Kashifa.
Those are your headlines. Your next update is at 9 a.m. I'm Alison Lagrange, and this is PlayZN News.
Your PlayZN traffic report is proudly brought to you by SEM Air.
Don't play in the traffic when you can fly above it. Here's the latest on the roads.
This is Play ZN Traffic.
Please note that there is a planned taxi strike in Durban on Friday, tomorrow. So plan accordingly. You know how it goes when the taxis strike. Everything's going to be blocked in the CBD. We have an incident on the N1 southbound just before Rigel Drive. You see?
What happened?
Oh, man. I got a text there. They talk about Rigel Drive. Now I know for a fact that's in Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yeah. Incidents on JG Shroeder by the mosque out there in Phoenix. Another at the robots of the KFC headed towards Harding out in Port Shepstone. And then on the N3, if you're Joburg bound near Roadside Interchange, we have a truck that has dropped his load. There's logs all over the show, so please just travel with caution. And if you're leaving the province headed to Mpumalanga on the N2, please note that there is a situation between Piet Retief and Ermelo. It is currently being cleared. For anything else, please let me know on WhatsApp 072-330-337. Please it in traffic. It's Tanda Rose.
Thank you so much, Tanda Rose. We're going to go straight back into our chat. We've got Debbie here from God's Warehouse. They are a local organization supporting widowed, divorced, and single moms who have fallen or are in danger of falling through the gap between what they can manage to earn and the cost of feeding their families. And they give these love boxes. We will give all the information of how you can help as well, but you can go onto Instagram, God's Warehouse SA, or just www.godswarehouse.co. Not .za, just .co. But if you just look at God's Warehouse online, you will find all the information. Just a reminder that every single little bit helps.
Yes.
So anything you can do to
So
help.
I have a mum that I helped many years ago, and she gives me a jar of peanut butter every month because that's what got them through. Wow. So,
do the love boxes go to the ladies every month, not just
yes,
one off?
every month, yeah.
Sure.
So that's why you were saying every month you just kind of listen to what your heart is telling you. This is what this person needs this month.
Yes. And then I try and empower people. You know, what are you doing? Have you got a garden area? Let's plant some veggies.
Yes.
You don't have a garden area? I can get tires. We can plant veggies. What are your strengths? Can you sew? Do you want to babysit or house sit? Or there's always something we can do. And there's always a side hustle. You know, women need to learn to side hustle. And married women, it's quite frowned upon, but you need to have your own account. You need to have your own account.
Bank account, you mean?
Bank accounts, yeah. You need to have your own money. I've got a friend that years ago I said, okay, let's go for coffee. How much is coffee?
Wow.
I was like, I don't know, whatever you order, you pay for.
Yeah.
I said, no, she's got to get money from her husband. I was like, my husband, I have to ask him for money for coffee? Not.
Okay, so what constitutes abuse? Because, you know, we are unfortunately also in a world, and I heard a story last night, an ugly story where now man and woman are getting divorced and now she's starting to claim all the things.
Yeah.
She's claiming abuse. She's claiming, you know, which is very hard in a world where finally a woman speaks up, and then you have other women who are bringing it in because it's very easy to claim different abuse. If your husband, you're fighting and he's shouting at you, is that abuse?
So there's different abuses. There's verbal abuse. There's emotional abuse, there's financial abuse, there's mental abuse. Oh, you stupid. You know, you're lucky I married you because no one would marry you. No, Matthew. There were other people out there. Stupid me, I picked you.
Yeah.
And there's a new thing called spiritual abuse. So men are not men, because they aren't men if they abuse you.
Yes.
Going to the Quran or the Bible and saying, no, you have to obey me. You have to do what I do. And we need to remember we were born or made from a rib on Adam's side to be his partner, not under his feet from one of the toe bones for him to walk all over you. So, yeah, spiritual abuse is a huge thing at the moment.
And those that use the Bible as a reason why you can't get divorced, because it says, you know, you got married in front of God and that's forever through sickness and in health. I personally know a woman whose husband was found guilty of,
Yeah.
some things. And she hasn't left him because she says, but the Bible said I must through sickness and in health. And this is sickness. I would love to know your opinion of that.
The Bible, God doesn't want you to be abused.
Yeah.
Jesus would never let you be abused. So you need to make a decision. I was actually speaking this morning to Lisa and her husband and saying, I asked a pastor once, so-and-so is getting abused. Yeah, what did she do? And I nearly hit him. I nearly abused
I just got
him.
chills.
Like, really, dude?
There's a lot of words that I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. And in religions, it's okay to be abused. It's okay to beat your wife. It's not okay. We are brave. We're amazing. We can give birth. Men can't do that. We raise our children. We run the household. We do the school run. We do the sports run. We pack snacks, pack lunch.
While bleeding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what do? Go to work, go and have a beer with your mates. And also, if your mates know that you're being or you publicly humiliated, stand up to your friend and say, hey, that's
This
not
is
right.
what to address.
Yeah.
Are you finding that the men in these people's circles are helping them hide this? Or are you finding that there are those that are able to stand up to their fellow man?
We come from a world where we don't want to get involved.
Yes.
Let's not get involved because...
Not your monkey, not your circus.
Yeah. No, it is your monkey because he's your mate.
Yes.
It is your circus because you're in that
association.
circle. Yeah. Do you want to be the ringleader? Or do you want to be the people in the audience that clap him on? We can't do that. We cannot do that. Another incident.
Can I stop you for a second? Is it illegal to step in? If I can hear my neighbors are fighting and he's obviously hitting her,
No,
and
it's not.
I step in or I go next door or something, am I crossing a line legally?
No, you're not. You need to step in because you need to make the difference in that woman's life. She's been abused financially. She's been told that she's stupid, that she's ugly, and you know what? We're not. We're stunning. Myself am drop dead gorgeous.
Oh, we all are.
And we need to claim that. We can't put up with men that verbally, emotionally, and physically abuse us. It's just not on.
Why do you think so many women stay?
Because they don't have anywhere to go. So statistics in America, not in South Africa because we don't have statistics, you leave 37 times before you leave in a body bag or out the door.
Oh my God,
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Wow.
And because you're being financially controlled, you don't have money to go, get a flat yourself. You've been alienated from your family. So you don't want to go to your sister.
And then if you tell
How
your family
embarrassing.
what's happening, they then hate, let's call
Yeah.
him Michael, they hate Michael, and then you go back to Michael,
Yeah.
and then you are now more ostracized from your family because they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And it's easy for them because they're not involved. Your family don't say, hey, here's $5,000 a month. Come live with me. Oh, you haven't contributed, So it's incredibly difficult to leave.
So I've had a situation where my grandmother's tenants, the man was beating the woman. I went up to the police station and reported it, and they said, unfortunately, if she doesn't
No,
report it, there's nothing they can do. Is that still the case?
no. So if you make a case or you go to the police station, they need to come out. I had a policeman, a woman was abused so badly. I mean, this guy had stabbed her with forks in her head and then sprayed deodorant. You know how that burnt? And we called the police, and the policeman, there were two, a lady and a man, and he said, so what did you do?
Are you...
A policeman. So they're not all trained to deal with gender-based
Yes, that's
violence.
another thing.
There's no sensitivity.
So what did you do to make him do this to you? Is that what the question
Yeah.
was me leaning to?
So I very nicely told him to please leave and to radio to the police station and send someone else. We opened a case. I went to court early on Monday morning. We did everything. Went and hand-delivered the summons. That's another thing. So you can ask for a protection order.
But you have to do. I mean, have you ever?
No, it gets worse. Calm down.
Calm your farm, Miller. This is just the beginning.
So you go apply for a protection order. It has to be delivered. You've got to go and show, okay, better not point at that.
Yeah, shame, I know.
It's that guy, and they give it to him. Then he has 6 weeks to come to court and explain why he shouldn't have a protection order against him.
So what happens in that 6 weeks?
Exactly.
It's not valid.
Well, it's valid loosely. Yeah. So in the meantime, people are getting killed. Women are getting abused. It's just not on. It's just not on.
Yeah.
So in a case where like a woman is obviously being abused and she's not confident and she thinks she's nothing and everything, you report it and then she goes and drops the case, as a lot of women do.
Yeah.
Is there something an outsider can do to intervene, or is it purely based on, inverted commas, the victim?
Yeah, it's based on the victim, because she'll say, no, it didn't happen.
Oh,
Debbie's
man.
making up a story, and he'll beat her again, and you'll come back to me. I have an amazing woman that 7 years ago came to me, a friend's sister, and said, this is the story. I was like, okay, let's leave him. No, I can't, because of the children. Mums, it's Mother's Day coming up. Think of the children long term. Long term. Don't stay because they're in school. He has to pay the school fees. Don't stay because, shame, you don't want to affect them. You're affecting them by him beating you or humiliating you or screaming at you every night. So don't stay. Leave. And to family, open a room. Put your kids in one room and give your sister another room. You know, it's only for a season. She
Debbie-
eventually divorced him last year.
Did she?
Yeah, just so amazing. She
Oh,
has
God.
changed. I saw her daughter yesterday. Just different kid. Different kid.
If there is a woman listening who's, on the verge, she knows she wants help, but she's also maybe not ready. This, the application form. Where does someone find that application form? Is it online? Do you have to print it out? Can you fill it out online straight away?
No.
Because this is something you don't want him to see. You don't want him to
Yes.
see that you got this form.
Yeah. So what they need to do is email us at info@godswarehouse.co. And there's a very important thing about that CO. It's Christian organizations.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a server hosted overseas. And then just tell me a short history of your problem, or your problem.
Can I fill out a form for Susan?
No, because I'd like to. Susan doesn't know she needs help, so Susan has to get to that point.
Okay, so it's like any addict, really.
Yeah. It's really, really hard, but Susan has to get to that point, because you'll fill it in, we'll go to court. Susan doesn't want to leave him because of the mental and emotional abuse.
Okay.
So what we ought to do is, I realized that we needed to move people into facilities. So if you're getting a new fridge, a new microwave, you're getting rid of your dining room table,
Okay.
a couch, a bed.
Perfect.
I like a table and chairs, because if you move the kids, they need somewhere to do their homework.
Yes.
And it's such a basic thing, but they need somewhere to do their homework. So I have stacks in the Abbey warehouse. And so if a mum leaves, then, hopefully we've got a full stack, a fridge, a microwave. You need somewhere to cook.
Yes.
Like a plate, knife, and fork,
Yeah.
cup.
Yes.
You're getting a new dinner service, give us your old one. But I have to say,
Not rubbish ones.
Yeah.
And broken.
don't
and
give me a fridge and say, oh, well, it needs a new motor.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Between 2 and 4 in the morning, I'll work on it.
Yeah.
I don't have a motor guy.
Yeah.
Give us something. Clothes. You'll be surprised. The absolute rubbish people give us. A jersey with one arm.
Oh my.
Okay, lefty,
Yeah, seriously.
you know, give like it would be you receiving something you've grown out of.
Yeah.
Something that isn't in season.
Yes.
Give
Not
give
something
that.
broken.
No. And I'll put on Facebook, we have a little boy or a big boy being chosen for the first team. He needs rugby boots. And people, if they know what they're giving for or doing, humans are amazing.
Yeah.
And we can all give. A jar of peanut butter. Peanut butter is 100 Rand now.
What?
100 Rand.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
How big is the peanut butter?
800, the big one.
Okay.
800 grams. But then people, let me buy 6 little ones. No, that's cool. But 6 little ones isn't going to feed a family for a month.
Yes.
You know, so depending on the amount of children in the home, how old they are, we'll give 1, maybe 2 love boxes a month. You know, a 16-year-old boy eats more than
Sure, yeah.
a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So it really just depends.
Yo, this is... Wow. Okay, so if anyone needs either help or they want to help, so someone's going, oh my gosh, as I'm listening, I've got a lot of great clothes, or my kids have just got bigger now, and
Yeah.
whatever else. Same, you can just email
Or
info@godswarehouse.co.
Yeah.
And the WhatsApp number is this 067
Yeah.
956 7725.
That's it,
We'll put
yeah.
these all up. It's 067 956 7725. You've given me a whole bunch of numbers here. There's obviously police, the GBV command center, which I don't have much hope for in this country, unfortunately. The Stop Gender Violence Helpline, the Childline South Africa, Tears Foundation, Halt Elder Abuse Line. Oh no.
That's just another whole...
Yeah, we can't even get into that now. And then Missing Children South Africa. I will put all of these up online. I know we are running out of time now, but Debbie, I want to say for what you do, thank you.
Yes.
I'm
Thank
just so
you.
blessed and humbled to be able to do it. Yeah, I really am. Sometimes I question why me, and then
Because you're perfect for it. That's why.
That's
Yeah.
your calling.
it's my calling. Yeah,
Do you find that it's dropping now that you've been in this for 15 years?
What, the calling or the need?
The need.
no, it's getting worse.
Oh.
And you know, with the price of petrol going up, the price of a single loaf of bread has gone up.
Yes.
You know, so mothers who didn't reach out are now reaching out because they can't afford that bread. Simple thing, can't afford that peanut butter.
Oh,
And then what really irritates me, and you were talking about it yesterday, Kerry, is buy 2 and get 1 free. No, just bring the price down
yeah.
Yeah.
and people can buy 1 because
Yes.
no one needs
Exactly.
Yeah.
3 whatevers. Probably only me because I'm
Yeah,
my own
exactly.
help, but, you know, just bring the price down. That's what we need.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
It's oh my, I'm like, my heart is just, because the thing is, there are so many, and we've forgotten. I know that I'm jumping around here, but we've forgotten to be community. You know, we've spoken about this before on Plays It In. We are in a world where a lot of us don't even know the names of our neighbors. And I'm not saying the people down the street. I mean the people you share a garden wall with. You don't even know those people. When, you know, we talk about when it's been floods or whatever it is, do you go and check and say, hello, neighbor, are you okay? Hello, we don't do that anymore. And if we were more involved like that, we would be able to say, I can hear Susan's not okay. She's different today.
Yeah.
Hey, Susan, I'm going for a walk around the block. Do you want to join me? And just be a safe space for her.
Yeah.
But we're stuck in this thing and we're so involved in our phones and what's happening in Iran that we actually don't even know what's happening at number 3 next to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we really need to start at home.
And also, if your kid comes home and says, oh, Bob steals my lunch. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why is Bob stealing your lunch?
Yeah, why doesn't Bob have lunch?
Yeah.
What's happening at home?
Well, I had that exact thing with my son. So-and-so was stealing my lunch. Okay. And he falls asleep all the time.
Oh.
Found out that him and his mom sleep in the park, in the car, because she was being abused. So we started packing him lunch. I reached out to his mom. You know, listen.
Was she quite open when you did?
It took a while, but eventually moved her into a place, and yeah, she was working, so that's why it's important to have your own bank account.
Yeah.
Debbie, thank you for coming in. It's one of these things where I kind of say I wish you didn't have to do what you're doing, but so grateful to every single woman and child, and actually to every single man who's been put in a position where he's been finally told, not okay.
Yeah.
And thank you for being that woman, because a lot of us don't feel like we can stand up. And like you said, we don't think it affluent. We don't think someone driving a or £1 million car is going to be that person, but they are. And we also need to find out why, sir. Is this your way of expressing your whatever?
What's your problem?
Like, what is going on?
Sorry, before you finish, 1 in 4 women are or have been abused. And abuse isn't always your partner. It could be a work situation.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah.
So we are. And we there's 4 of us and Susan. But so be mindful.
Sure.
And reach out.
This is Radio Plays It In. That number again, if you would like to get hold of the team at God's Warehouse, 067 956 7725. And ladies, if you need help, remember, if you're embarrassed to ask for help, just pretend you're coming on to volunteer. Pretend that you want to offer help. It's a nice way of kind of cloaking the fact that you're the one that needs help, and no one needs to know. You can just put it out there like you're helping other women, and you in fact can find the help that you deserve.
Yes.
You deserve, and I promise you, you don't only get love from a man who's going to raise his hand or his voice to you. I promise you, there are very, very good men out
Yes. Amazing men.
You don't have to be stuck where you're stuck.
But they are men.
Exactly.
The people that abuse you aren't men. Because you wouldn't abuse a woman or a child.
Exactly. And we mustn't be afraid to be alone. It's such a gift
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
To just be alone.
Yeah.
And a man is not the plan.
No.
Absolutely not.
It is 7 minutes to 9. I think we're probably not going to get to our Today in History, but it's very much worth it. Debbie, thank you again so much. Lisa, thank you very much for coming in as well. Please, if you need anything, godswarehouse.co. godswarehouse.co. And if, ladies, if you feel even more comfortable chatting to us, you are welcome as well to anonymously message me, 072 330 3337, and we will make sure that we do what needs to be done. Okay, however you need help, we'll make it happen.
And if you don't want to WhatsApp us, we are on Facebook.
Okay.
So you can just, send me a DM.
Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you so much for having us.
And if ever you do need more things, obviously I know you always do, but we are always here as an extra voice. I can't promise you how many people we are reaching, but I can tell you that we will do everything we can to keep spreading this word so that the love boxes are full and plenty every single month.
Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
really
so much.
appreciate it.
This is Radio Plays It In.